Hi, it's Des of Peg and Des on Scandal. Scandal this week had a lot going on, the way it does every week, but I feel like each week they're packing more and more into these episodes. Before we get into it, make sure to subscribe to this channel, leave some comments on your thoughts on the episode. You know, I always get back to you on the comments. I love to hear your thoughts, and make sure to share this video with others if you feel so inclined. This week, it was all about the campaigns. We see that Liv is now Lisa Kudrow, aka Josie's campaign manager. Lisa Kudrow in this entire episode got on my nerves to the extent that it was almost hard to watch. I have a really hard time with characters who are written dialogue that is nonsensical in the context of who they're supposed to be, right? This woman is a congresswoman of a podunk town who has decided that she wants to be president of these United States. She decides that she does not want to let anybody know that her sister is really her daughter, and quite frankly thinks that she can get away with it, which is foolishness. Everybody knows that when you run for any political office, they dig into every stitch of dirt about you. Does anybody remember during Barack Obama's first run for office, they had some of his kindergarten writing or fifth grade writing? I mean, it's all the same thing at that point. He's 50. Who cares what he was writing when he was under the age of 10? But that's what they do. They dig up every single piece of dirt about you. So the fact that she was going to play this character who was going to be so indignant about not wanting anyone to know about her sister daughter was ridiculous to me. And I'm very glad that it got called out in the first debate. And I'm very glad that she addressed it. But I was also annoyed that she decided to fire Liv as a result. Now she comes back to rehire her, but she just showed me how illogical she was. Really. I mean, I can't rock with you. How am I supposed to rock with you being your campaign manager? By the way, I'm Kerry Washington right now. How am I supposed to rock with you being your campaign manager when I'm giving you basics and you can't cooperate? That's not good. That's not good, Josephine. Now, in addition to the campaign situation was kind of a sidebar. There was so much other stuff happening. B613, Command, Fitz, Huck, Liv's dad, Icelandic airplanes. Okay, let's just get into it and dissect it all. Jake and Fitz have officially lost their minds. They're now running down behind Eli, right? The servants are now trying to attack the master. This is a Nat Turner revolution. So Jake, Fitz, spying on old Eli Pope. Old Eli doesn't know what's going on. Yeah, right. He does know what's going on. He always knows what's going on. He's like, I almost want to say he's omniscient, but that's too godlike. I'm going to give him, he's like Beelzebub, right? A lot of godlike powers, you're just the devil. Eli Pope equals Beelzebub. Now, Eli is doing, Command, Huck, Jake. Okay. Now, Huck and Jake are on a mission to bring him down. And now we learn this episode that Fitz wants to do the same thing. Can we get rid of B613? I would love to know who created B613. Maybe this history was offered in a previous episode. I didn't catch it. But either way, what is this government entity that no one can take down? I just felt like if you got the IRS on it, it would probably take care of it. They take everybody down. Either way, so Fitz, Huck, Jake all want to take Eli down. But I don't really know what that means. Do they want to kill Eli? Do they just want to torture him? Is it a matter of just disbanding B613? Everyone's got different motives, but no one's clear about what their motives are exactly. And then, of course, Liv, in the midst of all of these men, doesn't know what's going on herself. Jake had a little bit of a scare on his own after all of this. He's walking down the street talking to Huck, gets snatched into the government navigator, and they take him to go see Fitz. I'm sure he thought he was going to see Eli. When he and Fitz were out there in that basketball court, it reminded me of White Men Can't Jump, and I was wondering if Woody Harrelson was going to come out and just give me some Spike Lee, or excuse me, not Spike Lee, Wesley Snipes moments. That's who it is, Wesley Snipes. I'm confusing my black people. I'm not sure what Jake and Fitz are going to do in terms of their relationship. I don't understand what Fitz's beef is with Jake at this point, right? He's still talking about what he asked of Jake last season. I asked you to protect her. So what? It's over. He's not responsible for protecting her anymore. I mean, like, what is your request of Jake at this point? And the other thing too is, what is Jake doing around Liv so much? I mean, he knows that Liv is very much in love with the president. She's not going anywhere with that. Is he still trying to get with her the way he was last episode or last season? Because last season he caught real feelings for her. But I'm not sure if he feels quite the same way this season or if he's trying to stay close to her to get close to her father. I don't know what Jake's motivations are at this point. He seems like he's all over the place. Matter of fact, all of them seem like they're all over the place. Now, Mellie is a woman who's not all over the place. Mellie actually knows exactly what needs to be done. Mellie says, Olivia, I need you to run Fitz's campaign because you do it better than anybody else can. Now, when Mellie approached Olivia about this, I was thinking back to the beginning of the episode when the campaign manager that they were originally courting said no because Fitz looks like a loser because he hasn't been laid, he looks unhappy, he just looks like a man who needs some love and affection. I was wondering, is Mellie asking Liv to run the campaign or is she asking her to run the campaign? You see what I'm saying? I'm wondering if Mellie is thinking along the lines of some polyamory arrangement. I am a woman who's married to a man. I'm not satisfying him. He's not quite satisfying me. I know what does. I'm willing to allow you to be around to give him all he needs so that he can be all he can be. I mean, is the election just that important? I can't wait to see what that's like. I would love for this show to explore something like that. I'm sure the blogs and the Twitterverse would go crazy over that, but hey, I'd love to see it. I felt like the speech between Mellie and Olivia was like every mistress's dream, right? It's like the validation from the wife. You can do so much better than I can. Olivia better watch her back. Mellie is manipulative. We all know that. And she only cares about power. We also know that too. Olivia's in her feelings. We know that. So we'll see what happens on the campaign trail. Now, there were a couple of other things that happened this episode that were very interesting. Remington, more Huck, Jake discoveries. The president apparently, and I'm closing my eyes while I do this because it sounds so crazy. The president apparently shot down an airplane in Iceland that was carrying Olivia's mother. Question number one, why? Question number two, what are you doing in Iceland? Have any wars ever been fought in Iceland? What is the problem in Iceland? Question number three, did Eli send Fitz to kill his wife? Question number four, is Eli somehow wrapped up in Fitz's political career? Did he know that Fitz would become president? Did he try to block it? I have so many questions. And I really, really, really want to understand what was the motivation for the takedown? If Eli asked for that takedown, could this man be so diabolical that he killed his own wife and had somebody else do it? If you're going to kill your wife, the least you can do is do it yourself. That is a DIY project if I've ever heard it. Now, the last thing I want to share about this episode is Liv's shoulders. Liv's shoulders. They deserve a topic all in of themselves. Every week we see her in suits, jackets. There's always some shoulder pads and the whole bit. This week she had on a strapless dress at the correspondence dinner. Her shoulders do more walking than her legs do. And it's so funny because she's actually made that part of her character. I was watching Kerry Washington, like the real person, walking around on the set of some, late night program, and she doesn't walk like that. That's her Olivia Pope walk. I wanted to know who gave you that walk? Like who told you that that is what we do? Like shoulders hiked up. Anyways, that's just me nitpicking. All right, well, that's Scandal for this week. Next week, I want answers to all of those questions about the Icelandic takedown. I also want to know if Quinn is going to use that gun that she bought this week on anyone. And lastly, I want to know if Abby and David are going to stop pretending with this relationship they've got going. This play, goo goo gaga, I'm not into you, yes I am, take my clothes off, I want you, no I don't, leave me alone, you're the hottest thing ever. It's a lot going on between the two of them. All right, subscribe to this channel, like this video, leave some comments, and I will check you next week. Goodbye.